Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. We will be covering arrays in pseudocode and how we can implement them using Python. Arrays are one of the fundamental concepts you need for your GCSE and A-level computer science exams. I will show you how to create an array, access element, update them, and even work with two-dimensional arrays with all practical Python examples to help you better understand the concept. Let's get started. In pseudocode, creating an array is straightforward. You can use an assignment statement like this with the identifier, arrow pointing to the identifier. In the square bracket, you have expressions. In coding world, you call them as elements. So this is a variable storing all arrays values, and each array values has elements. So let's visualize the array in a different way rather than just sticking more theoretical. So think of an array as a train, where train itself is an array. Each carriageway each carriageway represents an element in the array. So element in the sense here you have 2, 3, 4, 5. So each carriageway is an element of the array. So the carriageway represents the index of element. Let me explain you what is index of element is. Grab a marker. So in human world, we say this is the first carriageway, this is the second carriageway, this is the third carriageway, 4, and so on. But in programming language, in array, when you count the elements, so these are the elements, carriageway are the elements of array, it starts with 0. The elements always start with 0. So this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and so on. So now, the best part of this is, if you want to know on the first carriage, how many passengers are sitting. So what you need to do is straightforward. Look at this here example. So we're calling the array variable which we stored, and we pass the index which is 0. These are called index in programming language. So we calling the 0th index which is 2. The passenger are 2 inside that carriageway. So if we call fifth, so that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the I can 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's the last one because we start with 0. So this is the fifth index of the array. So what is the fifth index in here? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how many people are there? There are 13 people in that index. Hope you understand. So let's understand array in Python language. So go to your edu block, click Python. We'll name it as array and then create. So let's start the coding here now. So as this is a pseudocode, we use the similar style in Python. We store a variable with a square bracket and each element separated with comma. So same thing. Let me name this as a train equals to, and then each train has an element 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13 as an example. So now let's see how to access the array. So now, as I mentioned, each element and they have their store number, which is called as index. So to access the index number, what I need to do is, let me go to the next line. So call print. I'm going to print. I want to know how many people is on the left side on my train on the second carriageway. So if it's a second carriageway, the index is 0 and 1. So what I need to do is I need to print, call the variable train with the square bracket. I need to give the index. So index is 1. The reason because 1 is because I want to know what is my second carriageway carrying how many people they're carrying. So in programming language, index, it start elements. These are the elements of array, which always starts with 0 and 1. So the answer should be 3. So in my second carriageway, the people are 3. Hit run. So look, magic 3. Well done. Now let's see how can you update a value of an array. We can also update initially initialized array. We can update later. So the way we can update is in pseudocode, it's straightforward. Give the array name, which you have saved as here is train, and then call the index, which you want to update. The index is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one do you want to index? I want to update because in the next station, a few more people has got into the carriage in the train, in the last coaches or last carriageway. In the last code, there were 13 initially, but 2 more people has added on in the next station. So what is my index? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's my sixth index. What I need to do is train to call the index is square bracket and 6, and then I will say 15 because initially they were 13. I added 2 more, which is 15. So let's see when I print now the train with index 6. Index is the position in the array, so it should be 15. So initially it was 13, but I updated later to 15. Now let's see what's the value is. Oh, list assignment index out of range. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's no sixth, it's 5 because we always start from 0. 1, 0, 1, 3, 4, 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yeah. So here I need to also do 5 because I'm calling the 5. There's no sixth index. Look at that, it's changed to 15. You want to have a full view of array. Let's remove the index and just print out the full array. 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, and 15. Before it was 13, now it's 15. We have successfully updated the array. Now let's understand multi-dimensional array. So accessing an element in a two-dimensional array. So this is called single dimensional array, but there is also multi-dimensional array. So let's take this train as an example. Let's delete everything. So we have array. So I open this square bracket and hit enter. There is a reason why I'm hitting enter, is because we have array within an array. So we have array within an array like this, comma, square bracket, comma. And what we can do is we can add values inside. So for example, think like this is a train and each train has each element, which we call as index. And each element has seat numbers in the train. So this is a train and this is the coaches, and each coaches has a seat number 1, 2, 3. Because the second coach is big, so it has 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 seats. So now the third coach or the cabin has only 9 and 10 seats available. So see how the array, which is two-dimensional array. So we have a array with the square bracket, and we have many square brackets inside where we assign a value. So that is called, this is one-dimensional and this is two-dimensional array. So array can go as many as multi-dimensional. There's no limit. But let's stick for two-dimensional now. So now let's see how can we access an array. Let me just print out train for you guys just to visualize. So beautifully. So you see the full bracket open and close, and then you have many brackets open and close with each elements inside. So now the question is, how can I access an array? So remember, in programming languages, this is the index which is called coach. So this is coach 0, coach 1. So index start from 0, 1, 2, and 3. Coach 3, or carriageway 1, 2, and 3. Oh, sorry, 1, 2, and 2. So now I would like to access seat number 7. How can I do that? While I'm doing, think about it. So seat 7, let's say seat 7 equals to. So first you need to access an array which is train, and then open the index. So now inside the train, the first index is this one, which is 0 index, and the next is 1. So the 7 is in index 1 here. So let's grab in the index 1. Then I need to access number 7. So what index? So within the array, you have another array. That means that array is also having index. So 4 is 0 index. 5 is 1 index. 6 is third index. Second index. 7 is third index. Oh, sorry. So first index, and to access the seat number, then what I need to do is 0, 1, 2, 3. So 7 is at the third index. So if I print this, it should print me 7 as a seat number. Run. Look at that beautiful 7. So let me repeat again, don't get confused. You have a two-dimensional array, and we all know that every element, every coaches has its own index value. Always starts with 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. To access 7, I know it's at the index 1. And then when I got that index 1 written here, then I know the number 7 is at the index 3. Index 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. So that prints me number 7. Easy, great, isn't it? Now let's see how to update two-dimensional array. So for example, we'll go back to a train example. Just imagine the seat number 10 would like to come and sit at number 3. So we want to change number 3 to 10. That's our task, because the seat number 10 has a friend who is number 2, and they want to sit next to each other. So similar way, what we need to do is, I'll just say seat here. So now number 10 is at what index is the first question you need to ask. The number 10 is at the second index, correct? So write 2 here. And then I'll delete it. We don't want to store in any variable. And now, and number 10 is at the 10. Oh, sorry. Actually, we want to update 3 equals to number 10 its value because number 10 is coming there. So first the thing is we want to see what is the index 3 is on. 3 is on index number 0 because it's the first element or first coach or first carriageway. And what is the position of the 3? What index is it? So 1, 0, 1, 2 is 2. So now I know on 0 index and 2 index, 0 is the coach, this line, and 2 is number 3. I can update to 10. So now if I print, let's print whole train, and then also print this position value, which we are changing. So I'm printing the whole array. First, I'm updating the value of 3 to 10 because the passenger 10 is coming in and would like to sit in number 3. So if I run the code, look at that. So before it was 3 here, changed to 10. And then the 10th value is there. We are echoing the 10th value. That's the magic, isn't it? Hope you understand. Now let's see how to update a two-dimensional array. So for example, we'll go back to a train example. Just imagine the seat number 10 would like to come and sit at number 3. So we want to change number 3 to 10. That's our task because the seat number 10 has a friend who is number 2 and they want to sit next to each other. So similar way, what we need to do is, I'll just say seat here. So now number 10 is at what index is the first question you need to ask. The number 10 is at the second index, correct? So write 2 here. And then I'll delete it. We don't want to store in any variable. And now, and number 10 is at the 10. Oh, sorry. Actually, we want to update 3 equals to number 10 its value because number 10 is coming there. So first the thing is we want to see what is the index 3 is on. 3 is on index number 0 because it's the first element or first coach or first carriageway. And what is the position of the 3? What index is it? So 1, 0, 1, 2 is 2. So now I know on 0 index and 2 index, 0 is the coach, this line, and 2 is number 3. I can update to 10. So now if I print, let's print whole train, and then also print this position value, which we are changing. So I'm printing the whole array. First, I'm updating the value of 3 to 10 because the passenger 10 is coming in and would like to sit in number 3. So if I run the code, look at that. So before it was 3 here, changed to 10. And then the 10th value is there. We are echoing the 10th value. That's the magic, isn't it? Hope you understand. Sometimes in coding, it's common that you would like to know how much is the length of the array. So let me delete this all simple. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So now, to know the length of array in the pseudocode, you call a capital with a keyword called len, 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 and in a bracket you give the variable name. In this case is primes. So in real example, in the Python is a similar way. So you can say print and then call a keyword called len, and in the square bracket just give train. So let's see what happened. It should give us the length 6. Spot on because there are 6 elements, there are 6 coaches. And